Welcome to this explainer. If you've ever tried to scrape data from a modern website or, just automate a basic web task, you already know it's no longer just about writing a functional script, right? It is a high-stakes digital heist. Today, we're diving into this thrilling, nonstop technological arms race between bot makers and anti-bot systems. It's literally a cat-and-mouse game, and we're laying all the technical cards on the table to see exactly how this hidden battle is fought, won, and lost. Let's get into it.
So why do your Selenium scripts keep hitting captures? Seriously, if you're a developer or just an automation enthusiast, you know the absolute frustration here. You write this perfect, elegant script, you hit run, and boom, you're blocked, or flagged, or forced to solve some puzzle, or flat out IP banned before the code even really gets going. It's maddening. Well, today we're going to unpack exactly why that happens and the increasingly clever ways developers are bypassing those roadblocks.
Here's our roadmap for today. 1. Why standard Selenium gets caught. 2. Enter undetected ChromeDriver. 3. How binary patching works. 4. The hard limits of patching. And finally 5. Scaling up with session isolation.
Section 1. Why standard Selenium gets caught. The telltale signs.
Okay, so standard Selenium essentially wears a massive, glowing name tag that just screams, "Hey, I am an automated bot." It leaves behind a huge trail of digital artifacts. The biggest offender? The navigator.webdriver flag. That's a built-in browser property that literally defaults to true when you're automating. Major anti-bot systems, think Cloudflare or Datadome, they spot this in absolute milliseconds. On top of that, you have the Chrome DevJewels protocol, or CDP, which leaks your automation status on JSON endpoints. It's basically like leaving a two-way radio open for site security to hear everything you're doing. And then there are binary signatures, things like CDC variables, which are internal string names, left over in the Chrome code, alongside some highly suspicious user agent anomalies. You're basically leaving your digital wallet right at the scene of the crime. Moving to Section 2, enter Undetected ChromeDriver, the clever hack. To counter all of this, developers turn to Undetected ChromeDriver. This is an open-source Python library that patches the standard ChromeDriver executable at the byte level to strip away those automation fingerprints. The absolutely crucial detail here is byte level. You see, this tool doesn't try to mask signals after the browser launches by running some superficial JavaScript overrides. No, it radically alters the actual binary file on your hard drive before Chrome ever even starts running.
Section 3. How binary patching works. Under the hood. Let's peel back a layer and see exactly how this low-level binary patching executes step by step. First, the library downloads the exact correct Chrome driver for your currently installed Chrome version. Second, it searches the raw binary code, hunting for those hard-coded telltale CDC underscore variables we just talked about. Third, it replaces those variables with random strings of the exact same length. Think of this like that famous Indiana Jones scene, where he swaps the gold idol with a bag of sand. By keeping the string length exactly the same, the binary still functions perfectly, passing basic file size and structure checks, but it entirely loses the signatures that detection scripts are aggressively searching for. Finally, step 4, it aggressively suppresses that navigator.webdriver flag before any JavaScript on the target web page can even execute. Plus, it automatically handles ChromeDriver version sync to eliminate maintenance headaches. This is a massive bonus. Because, let's be real, absolutely nobody wants to manually download a new driver file at 3 a.m. when Google Chrome suddenly decides to auto-update itself in the background and break your entire workflow. The library just automatically detects your installed Chrome version, downloads the matching driver, patches it, and caches it. It's incredibly efficient. But that brings us to Section 4, the hard limits of patching, the reality check. Advanced fingerprinting beats binary patches. Look, while this clever Python hack works wonders for basic sites, modern anti-bot systems look far, far deeper than just the binary file. Think of it this way. Binary patching just erases the name written on your digital fingerprint. But advanced tracking systems, they're now looking at the exact shape, depth, and ridges of your entire hand. Modern protections like Cloudflare Turnstile or Casada go incredibly deep. Canvas fingerprinting, for instance, doesn't just look at what your browser draws on the screen. It analyzes microscopic, invisible pixel differences in exactly how your specific graphics card renders basic shapes and text. WebGL fingerprinting looks at deep GPU computation patterns. Then you have TLS, JA3, and JA4 handshakes. These actually analyze the exact cryptographic hello your machine sends out over the network before the web page even starts loading. And finally, behavioral analysis. This tracks the robotic, mathematical perfection of your mouse movements and your typing cadence.
These are complex, hardware-level, and behavioral signals that a patched binary simply cannot hide.
6. That is the number of weeks between major Google Chrome updates. Every single time Chrome updates, its internal structure shifts. This means you are entirely at the mercy of version lag. Every 6 weeks, the open source library's patching mechanism can randomly break, meaning your beautifully patched, undetected production scraper might just spontaneously fail on a Tuesday afternoon until a community maintainer manages to push an update.
And there's also a huge performance trade-off to consider here. If you try to run your script in headless mode just to save server resources, you instantly raise red flags. Headless Chrome behaves fundamentally differently. It completely lacks GPU compositing, which modern bots instantly detect as abnormal. The alternative? Running in headed mode with a virtual display. Now, that's far stealthier because it acts like a real monitor, but it is incredibly heavy on memory and CPU, making it a complete nightmare to scale across a network.
Which perfectly sets up Section 5, Scaling Up with Session Isolation, the Ultimate Solution.
Here is the mathematical problem of scaling. Multiple undetected ChromeDriver instances share one machine's exact hardware footprint. If you need to manage 50 e-commerce accounts or run a massive data extraction operation on a single machine, patching the driver just isn't enough. Every single instance you spin up shares the exact same screen resolution, the same GPU rendering signature, and the exact same system fonts. It is trivially easy for target sites to correlate your bot cluster by looking at those identical hardware signals and just ban them all simultaneously.
So scaling requires a total shift in strategy. With a patch driver, your setup and proxy management are entirely manual, and fingerprint isolation is basically just that binary patch we discussed. But step up to an API platform like Sendwin, and setup is literally just connecting to an endpoint. You get full fingerprint isolation, meaning completely unique WebGL, canvas, fonts, and time zones for every single profile. Plus, it has built-in proxy management for up to 500 profiles and supports Selenium, Puppeteer, and Playwright. To put it simply, the Send.Win automation API connects your scripts to fully isolated browser profiles with baked-in fingerprint isolation. Instead of endlessly hacking the driver and just hoping Google doesn't update, this is the upgrade from tinkering in a garage to true enterprise-grade stability. The API runs your script inside a native environment that independently manages cookies, proxies, and completely unique digital hardware fingerprints for every single session. $6.99. Rather than treating multi-account scaling as a massive, constantly breaking engineering nightmare that demands a whole team to maintain, true session isolation starts at just under $7 a month. It allows developers to actually focus their expensive time on their core automation logic, rather than spending endless hours building a fragile anti-detection infrastructure from scratch. Now, whether you're using a free patch driver for a one-off script or investing in a full anti-detect browser for enterprise scaling, basic hygiene rules apply if you want to maximize your success rate. Always, always add human-like delays. Randomize them between 2 to 7 seconds so you aren't clicking at raw machine speed. Use realistic browser window sizes like 1920 by 1080. Nobody browses the modern web in a tiny 800 by 600 square anymore. Keep everything updated, and for sure, always monitor your detection status against test sandbox sites first before hitting your real targets.
So are you just masking your bot, or are you building a truly invisible digital identity? As anti-bot technology continues to evolve at a blistering pace, ask yourself that final question about your own automation strategy. Patching a binary is a fantastic band-aid for sure, but reconsider what it truly takes to stay completely undetected at scale in today's modern web. Thanks for joining me on this explainer, and I hope this helps you build smarter, stealthier scripts.